Revelation 2296. From the 10th of April 1942. Divine Intervention. Destruction of possession. The meaning and purpose of earthly life is the soul's final liberation from form. God does not demand anything impossible from his creatures, and if he has given the human being this task for the duration of his earthly life, then he also provides him with all means to be able to fulfill this task. And yet, people fail and let the time and the blessings of their embodiment pass by unused. And this lack of will moves God to an intervention of immense consequence. He destroys that which prevents people from fulfilling their actual destiny. It is earthly possessions which hold people's thoughts and will so captive that they cannot fulfill their earthly task. Earthly possessions need not be a hindrance in any way if they are used properly on earth. On the contrary, it can still help the soul to become free if it overcomes the desire for it and uses earthly possessions in the service of neighborly love. Then the soul will have conquered the greatest resistance on earth. Thus it will have freed itself from it because it will have overcome matter. But if the possession still increases the desire for it, it is a fetter for the soul which prevents every liberation. What God has decided in his wisdom is, earthly speaking, a work of destruction of immense proportions and robs people of their anxiously defended possessions. It therefore frees him from a fetter, and now the soul's ascent upwards could be easy or as soon as it derives the right benefit from this divine mission, if it recognizes the transience of it and now turns its attention to the goods which are imperishable, thus have eternal value. The will of man now decides, and man is responsible for his will. What he was robbed of earthly can be replaced 1,000-fold if he surrenders to divine will and desires spiritual gifts as a substitute. In view of the great misery which the divine intervention entails, many a person will realize that the earthly good should not be striven for and only serves the human being to test his will. But at present people are completely devoted to matter, and the work of destruction will affect them all the more severely, and their thoughts and aspirations will be to regain the goods. And thus this divine intervention will be followed by a time which obviously characterizes people's spiritual state. With increased willpower they will try to shape their earthly life again so that it corresponds to the body and its well-being, and the fetters of the soul cannot loosen and release the soul. Only a few will go into themselves and obey the divine voice which sounds to them admonishingly and warningly and stimulates them to think about the actual purpose of earthly life. For the sake of these few God allows the great suffering to come upon people which could help everyone out of the hardship of the souls. Yet the human being's will is free and he can decide according to his own choice. Amen.